Welcome to study session 10. Termination or ending phase. Introduction. Social work relationship with the client must come to an end time in line with any or most prevailing factors. As the saying goes, anything that has a beginning must have an end. This lecture will discuss the termination or ending phase of a case. Objectives. At the end of this lecture, you should be able to state the meaning of termination and the importance of termination in social casework. 1. Define termination or ending phase in social casework. 2. List the importance of termination in social casework. 3. State how to end a case. Termination or ending phase. Social work relationship as a worker-client contact must end or terminate, usually, but not always, at the point when the client has been restored fully to social functioning. Termination in social casework involves specific skills and techniques. Termination is possible in social work at any level of intervention. Appropriate timing of the termination is important. Also, the most effective terminations follow a process of disengagement and stabilization. Social workers need to acknowledge that endings are near before they abruptly occur. They must encourage clients to share feelings about the termination and in turn share their own. Social workers must clearly identify whatever progress has been made. This process increases the chance that the client will use what has been learned during this intervention to help solve other problems in the future. Termination may be with the individual, group, or community. Regardless, each needs help in the transition from dependence on the social worker for support or guidance to making decisions and functioning independently. For organizational neatness, the need for good ending cannot be overemphasized. Prolonging intervention may not allow for natural growth potential present in all human beings. The client must constantly be reminded of how much time there is left, reviewing progress and planning for the future to prevent dependency. However, premature termination could worsen the case. Reasons for ending or terminating a case. There are several reasons for terminating a case. Some of the reasons for the termination of a case are: 1. Agreed goals being achieved within a preset time. 2. Clients deciding they have been helped enough. 3. Social workers leaving or clients moving from the area. 4. The end of statutory requirements. 5. Agency policy on time limits. 6. Workload management and priority systems. 7. Resource limitations. 8. Lack of time and pressure of work. 9. Advice from supervisor. 10. Influence of other agencies. And 11. Death of the client. However, a good model of ending could incorporate the following. 1. A discussion in the first meeting that help will not go on forever, but help will not suddenly be withdrawn. 2. Using the experience of termination or transfer as a learning experience for client rather than a painful separating one. 3. Where possible, employing a fixed time limit purposefully, using time itself as a therapeutic agent. 4. Giving the client certain objectives to achieve in the ending phase. 5. Beforehand, exploring a person's feeling about the end of the relationship. Gradual withdrawal. 6. Introduce the new worker if there is to be one. 7. Help the client to construct a natural helping network in the community, mobilizing practical resources if need be, Then do a follow-up visit. 8. Explore your own feelings. Show the clients that you will remember them. Have confidence in their ability to manage without you, but express the goodwill of the agency whose door is left open should they need to return for other help. 9. In some contexts, a ritual or ceremonial ending with photograph, a party and a small photograph, a party and a small farewell gift could mark the occasion. This is common in group and community work. 10. Write a closing report together, if appropriate. Study session summary. Termination or ending phase of a case involves specific skills and techniques on the part of the social workers. Termination may occur at the end of a planned, time-limited service since the clients themselves have ideas on how long their contact will last with social workers. Termination may occur by mutual agreement, either by achieving the goals set or the client feels he has achieved his objective. Termination may be that social worker was leaving the agency or there are changes in the client's schedule. Client's lack of interest in pursuance of this case may also lead to termination of a case. However, for a good ending of any case, social worker must set a target with the client on how long the case would last from the onset, stating objectives to be achieved and set in motion a process of gradual withdrawal. End of study session 10. Thank you for listening.